I've noticed lately that a lot of hip-hop music has horrifyingly disrespectful, hateful, and derogatory messages towards women. It portrays violence against women as acceptable and portrays them as sex objects and as unintelligent. Music influences people. Rap music about criminal activities such as murder, sexual assault, or kidnapping can cause some people who are easily influenced to be more likely to commit that behavior. For the rest of us, if we buy those songs, we encourage the artists to continue to rap about those topics. If many people refuse to buy violent and sexist music, the record labels will feel pressure to change the subject. I know what you guys are probably thinking. It's just music. It's not gonna hurt people. Music didn't make criminals do what they did. They became bad people all by themselves. Just because you like a song doesn't mean you agree with the message. I agree that people are responsible for their own actions, but we need to understand that music does influence culture, attitudes, beliefs, and behavior. Sometimes rap music has a good influence. One of Macklemore's hits, Same Love, has a positive influence with a message of acceptance. The influence goes both ways. Eminem's songs about raping and murdering girls who dump him have an influence too. They are part of the culture we live in, and sadly, our culture is one with far too much violence against women, particularly among young people, who are the main audience for hip-hop. According to the National Teen Dating Violence Prevention Project, girls ages 16 to 24 are more vulnerable to intimate partner violence than any other age group. About 1 in 5 female high school students report being physically or sexually abused by a dating partner. It's terrible. Between 1993 and 1999, 22% of all homicides against females ages 16 to 19 were committed by an intimate partner. As Hillary Clinton wrote in the Guardian newspaper, a large proportion of women around the world experience some form of gender-based violence. People say that just because you like a song doesn't mean you agree with the message. Maybe so, but when you listen to it a lot, it affects you. Violence in relationships starts to seem less shocking and more normal. When you share the music with others, the influence spreads. That is perhaps why women often don't feel anyone will believe or defend them if they report abuse. Only 33% of teens who are in an abusive relationship ever told anyone about the abuse. It all contributes to the problem Elizabeth Cady Stanton was talking about when she said, "History of mankind is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations on the part of man towards woman, having an direct object, the establishment of an absolute tyranny over her." When good songs about bad things become popular, the bad things start to seem less bad. Instead of recognizing violence against women for the evil it is, people slowly start to think it's normal. No big deal. The appeal of the music obscures what's wrong with the message. Rational men ought to care that musicians rap hateful messages about women. Rational people ought to think before giving their money to someone whose message is that women are sex objects and it's okay to hurt them. The National Organization of Women published an article in 2001 about how Eminem received Grammy Awards for 4 of his songs, all of which were about violence against women. The NOW says our society is becoming numb by viewing violence. A document published in 2009 from Sage Journals stated that hip-hop music videos portray women in a lot of terrible ways. 58% of the videos portray women as unintelligent and as sex objects. 8% of them portray male violence against women. Unfortunately, only 14% of the videos portray women as equal to men. People who care about women's safety and happiness should stop listening to music that portrays violence against women as acceptable. I don't care how talented the artists are at rapping. I object to women being portrayed as sex objects. To paraphrase Eleanor Roosevelt, men and women must have freedom in which to develop their full stature through common effort to raise the level of human dignity. I believe that women should be fully free, and people who care, through common effort, protest and refuse to buy music that makes violence against women seem normal. We will enhance everyone's human dignity. The influence of sexist and violent music contributes to the culture we live in, where some girls and women suffer violence, and all are at risk of sexual harassment, objectification, sexism, and disrespect. When violence against women is seen as normal, everyone suffers. People who care should not financially support artists that escalate this problem.